Oh, this is exciting to me. It's a subject that was brought up a while ago, maybe like 2 months ago. Someone commented on one of my social media pages. They said that basically they believe that role playing is bad, is not a good it's not a good way to spend your time role playing, and there were all these problems resulting from role play. And I paused and I thought, well, I will have to agree with you, though I do it with much hesitation, because I have engaged in role play. I've enjoyed role play, but to be perfectly honest, I've also not liked role play. I realized that role play I engaged in was a result of my aggressive partner at the time, or partners at the time, who wanted what they wanted, and they wanted it the way they wanted it. And there were several role-playing roles that I did with my partners that I really didn't want to do. So no one really talks about that, right? We don't talk about how, we love them so much. Is it we love them so much, or that we don't love ourselves enough? Because you love your partner so much that you're willing to do so much for them. What do they do for you? One of the ones that I was kind of coaxed into, lured into, groomed into, because at first I did not accept it. I didn't accept to be playing the role of a mother, sexually molesting her intersex child. I didn't want to do that. That creeped me out. I couldn't do it. And it took me several years. It took me a couple of years to finally be able to wrap my head around it enough that to just do it, but as though dissociated. I had to step out of myself and do that. And for me, the level of discomfort, my being so uncomfortable, it didn't come easy for me. I had to really get into a role and, again, dissociative state. So that's why I say I don't believe that this is a good activity in which to engage. I don't think role-playing, of course, it depends on the role-play theme. In this case, this incest and of a child, sexual abuse of a child by a mother, that is so wrong. That is so wrong. So there is one situation in which I wouldn't condone, I wouldn't agree with, I wouldn't say that it's a good practice, and that, role play can be problematic. Role play can be fraught with fuckery. So when you choose to engage in role play, especially in a BDSM scenario, be mindful, because everything is political, whether you want to admit it or not. So she was a dyke who is now a trans man. So they wanted me to take on the role of a mother, sexually touching the child, and the child with the ambiguous genitalia, intersex. It was just, for me, something very different, but it was not for me traumatic. It was something I was learning. But what I learned from it is that I don't know, this is a theme that should not be replayed in your life, in your sex life, in your bedroom, with your wife, with your husband. It's not good. I don't think it's a good idea. if you had been sexually molested as children by your parents, I don't think it's good to be in your adult life having sex with your partners and really urging them, coercing, asking repeatedly. You're wearing them down until they agree to things they didn't want to do, like recreate roles of abuse, of your childhood, sexual abuse, what happened to you that was not good. You want to recreate it every time with your partner sexually. Ay, caramba. So you have to be truthful about your undertakings in life. Many of you are doing things, then it's not right. You can find other ways, surely. Aren't you creative? Or maybe you're not black enough. You're not black enough. You're not black enough to be creative. I kid. I joke. It's a joke. I'm funny. So yeah, role play can be loads of fun. Role play can also be fraught with, as I always say, fuckery. Another role play, somebody tried recently to lure and tempt me. Very alluring, very seductive, very handsome and fit, attractive appearing, intelligent, sexy as hell, Aries, male, pursuing me aggressively, so hot and sexy, but he crossed the boundaries because what he showed me of himself caused me to I would not consider this guy. This guy is hot. He's too hot, you know what I mean? The kind of hot that I am. I'm a fire. I can burn. He can burn me. I know it. This guy, who's I don't know, he's half my age. Or probably even younger. But he is after me. But I don't believe it. Because of how he just comes in. He comes in like gangbusters. He's just so strong. And I wouldn't say overbearing, but he's heavy with it. He puts it on strong. He's sending all these images, pictures, then videos. He couldn't stop himself from sending videos of him pleasuring himself. I said, look at him. He's an actor. He is a performer. He is a star. He is professional. He's done this before. This is not just something he's doing in my inbox. This guy's getting paid to do that. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. Because the way he's doing it, he's skilled. He's been paid. This is his profession. But I didn't know it. I'm so naive. And then he keeps sending more, and then the chatter between us, it's very revealing, as are his videos. And he basically is telling me that, how attractive, how I'm so fine, I'm so hot, I'm so beautiful. He called me Empress, Goddess, Queen. I don't think he said Queen, because I don't like Queen. But anyway, he's very flattering. Oh, and so sexy. But then, I start to notice some things, because I observe, right? I notice he's in a room with purple walls. Purple walls. This guy's, that's a gay guy. This guy's gay. If he's not full-on gay, he's at least bisexual, or pretending to be bisexual, so he can get women to do these things with him. He can get paid, right? And we possibly may get duped. I don't know, because on an account, if you don't know, this guy's basically, what he did is, he sent like a whole series of pictures and videos of him playing with his dick and like simulating sex, like full on, like porn. And it was wild because of the angling and the posing, the positioning. It seemed to me that this guy has been around the block a few times. So what's his angle here? What does he want? And I said it. I asked him very directly, what do you want from me? And he said, well, I was thinking that we could do an OnlyFans together. I'm like, oh, really? So I left. I didn't answer him for like 5 days or something like that. Because what am I supposed to say? 5 days, 7 days, about a week later, I returned and to give him an answer, which is basically, well, it is flattering. I mean, you are alluring. You're very hot, very sexy. I could see myself doing it with you. Your dick's kind of long and skinny. It's kind of skinny. It's very long. It looks so clean, but looking clean doesn't mean it's clean, does it? Oh, it's very light-skinned. It's kind of pink. But he's a black guy. He's obviously a black guy. Light skin. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Are there light-skinned black guys with thicker, fatter dicks? Just asking. Because I'd rather have more girth, more thickness, and less, how you say, length. I don't need a long, long dick. My pussy ain't that long. I'm just saying. But anyway, apart from that, everything seems to be in order. But then my questions come. Who is this guy? Oh yeah, he pursued me earlier, like less than a year ago, but he was gone. He's been gone a long time. Now he comes back, and this is what he has to say to me. And so he wants to get paid and he wants to have sex, which is what all the black guys, no exception, they're approaching me and they want to have sex and they want to have money. And I go, why are you coming to me for those things? Because from me, you will not get those things. Unless if you're doing something for me as, a task, an errand, you're running, doing a job. I require your services. I need you to do something for me. Provide a service. I need your help. So, in that sense, I could be paying you. But this, for me, the person that I am, and my family background, and that I'm Dominican. Dominicans have values. Dominicans are into morality. Dominicans are people who like to think, I guess, that they are people of integrity. That's the impression I get of Dominican people. Of course, all groups have their triflers, right? But there are some cultures in which the girl can go off and be a hoe. It's expected. Dominican families don't expect their daughters and sons to go off and be a hoe, even if they may or may not be. I'm just saying. So, for someone to propose sex to me on camera for people, for viewers, for paying eyes, I'm like, how much am I worth? What's my value? How much can I be paid in OnlyFans to make it worth it for me to do that? Because the fact is, I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in exposing myself in that way. Listen, people are already using my image, my face, my body. They are already using my image to do their voodoo, to do their obia, to do their all whatever it is, black magic they're engaging in and involving me again without my knowledge. But unfortunately for them, everything I need to know is revealed. So whatever people try to hide, their malicious intent, I'm always receiving the downloads. I always receive the warning. I always get the message. I always hear. And I know. I sense it. I am intuitive. I want to talk about one of the most popular role play characters, the personas in role play that are most popular amongst adult males, heterosexual, is the theme of the naughty schoolgirl. All the men want to have the naughty schoolgirl encounter with their sex worker. It's a very popular request. And so I just want to bring awareness to the popularity, the fantasy of many is for them to be with a young girl, a schoolgirl in her uniform. So that is, to me, Not a good idea. These are impressionable girls, and this is precisely why you want to get with them. You want to destroy and damage these girls. You're wicked, and you need to stay away from these girls. But these girls say they don't want the guys their age. They say the guys their age, first of all, have no money, and secondly, they're idiots. So the girls don't want to deal with that. They believe they are more sophisticated than their male peers. And so they look at older men who they believe have better, have more money and cars and homes and, sugar daddies. That's what they're looking for. Many of you rushing to have babies, right? You're not considering that your babies are the future sex workers of the world. So the guy is paying for the young girl in her school uniform, and he acts like he's her father, and he gives her money, and he gives her a lot more than money. But we're not going to talk about that here. And so many of your young girls, many of your teen girls, you see they have all this money, they always have a new iPhone, and they always knew this, you knew that, and expensive bags, handbags, and shoes, and outfits, and labels, and perfumes, and cosmetics. They have money. They are shopping. Things are being bought for them. They have sugar daddies. They don't only have one. They are seeing several men. And they may or may not be having sex with them. But most of them are. These are your children. That's what you're having children for. Many people say, oh, my child, he's going to be a doctor, he's going to be a lawyer, he's going to be a nurse, he's going to be an accountant, a prime minister, a president, he's going to be a king, he's the king of my house. And, they have these ideas of what their children are going to be. And does anyone think my child, my son or daughter is going to be a whore? He's going to be a sex worker, he's going to be a hoe, he's going to be a prostitute, he's going to be a hooker. Or even my child is going to be a drug addict. Well, many of the parents are drug addicts. Many of the parents are sex workers. Many of the parents are living that lifestyle. And more, it's normalized. It's like, this is natural. It's normal to be this and do that. So people just follow. People don't even think. They just follow because they're doing it. And it helps, especially if there's some monetary gain. There's some financial gain, there's some money from whatever it is they're doing. They know damn well is not the right thing to do. Role play. So the principal or teacher and student, that would be not only taboo, it's just wrong. It's really wrong. I don't know what I'm going to do with you and your crazy fantasies, but we need to let's get out of there. Your mind is powerful, and you can program your mind to think differently, so you don't have to be wrapped up in this. This is not the right way to go. These role play, I can come with role play, personalities, characters that can be just amazing and fun and sexy and hot, but the intergenerational sex, like father and daughter and a teacher and student, these sorts of things. Maybe your boss, the secretary and the boss. Well, here we have adults. There may be some sexploitation in the office, but at least they're adults. The secretary, the boss. That's better than the freaking snotty schoolgirl and some old geezer. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment or not. It's all good. Thank you. Good day. I'm Dominadella Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm.